Now the game changes, doesn't it, for Afghanistan? They'll just look to accumulate. What a brilliant first 10 overs, though.
Absolutely. We've seen some fire, thunderbolts from Naheed, but also a couple of explosive shots of Rahmanullah Gulbaz, who hasn't scored so far, but that was the thunderbolt. Siddiq Atal couldn't take it. Naheed Rana on his debut, sending the opener back to the dugout. But what a find he has been for Bangladesh. Very, very quick.
Really nicely bowled, and there's a bit of interest, but nothing from the umpire. Now they're going to have a think. Remember, Mehdi Hassan Miraz is captaining his country for the first time today. He's got a decision to make here. The countdown clock is on him. What's he going to do? 3, 2, 1, and he's not going to go upstairs. There was a noise. But what was that noise? Gurbaz smiles. We saw one down in Australia, didn't we, where Rizwan asked Zampa, did you hit it? And he kind of coddled him into taking it. I think the right decision, was it? Outer edge is going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's a very good decision at the end. Very close to the bat, but no nick. Good decision taken. This saved their review. Talk about Naheed Rana. What a wonderful bowler he looked to be on his debut.
Enjoyed that from Jacker Ali. Jacker says, not my decision. I'm opting out of this. I'll leave it up to you guys. I don't know. And also a nice little dialogue between Gurbaz and the Brains Trust that we're all thinking. Was it the double bluff? Gurbaz was saying, oh, I didn't hit it. And then after he said, oh, maybe I did.
Yeah, Nasum is keeping one end tight. He's bowling nicely, completing his third over. One more ball left, only conceded 10 runs. I think he gives good company to Naheed Rana. And Yasin Miraj into his 100th ODI, played a brilliant knock earlier. Has to lead the side. Can he?
11 bowled, 49 for 1. Been a really memorable white ball debut for Naheed Rana. Already seen him in the test game, has had a few highlights there. An incredible couple of months for the youngster. Sharp rise up to national colours. 5 overs, 1 for 13, and that will be enough for now. We'll see him later in the innings, no doubt. Mustafizur Rahman will replace Naheed Rana and becomes the 4th bowler to be used. Seven ODIs to his name. Look at that wicket-taking record. You get more than 1 a game, you're going really well. He gets very nearly 2 a game. 5 wicket hauls. All that variation as things get slower and more difficult as the chase progresses. He will be critical. Well, the youngster has really lit up today. The 50s come up in the 12th over
they
for
were
Afghanistan.
thunderbolts.
Right now, we're all talking about this young Bangladeshi quick.
He clicked
How impressed were you?
150. Yeah, they were thunderbolts. He was really quick. He was really fast. Look at this. He clicked 150 balls. Short balls well. He's varied his line, look at this. He hasn't bowled away from the stumps, like he's really bowled at the stumps, and kept the batter thinking. Stumps, like he's really bowled at much of the stumps, and kept the batter thinking.
Yeah, the thing I love about that package there, it's only fractionally back of a good length, just short of a length, but it's because of his natural height. Again, something that's a rarity in Bangladesh, no doubt about that. Even though we're into the evening, it's still warm enough that he's needed to get off and just have a freshen up. So I'm next to the fan there. This series, it hangs beautifully in the balance, it really does. Great old school vibes around Sharjah. Feels like maybe an ODI from the late 80s or something. It's rocking here. Great crowd support for both teams. It's been such a good series, isn't it?
We've seen some wonderful performances early on from Mahmudullah, and throughout this series, Muhammad Nabi and now Nahid Rana. It has absolutely been phenomenal. Nahid Rana clicking 150, the fastest delivery this series. The entire list belongs to Nahid Rana.
Ahmed, that's not a typo. That's right. Every single one on the top of the list. It shows the only real extreme pace we've seen has been the man coming in the third ODI. Did this carry? It's the subfielder too. Every single reaction in the field will indicate that it did. He's on from Ahmadullah, who was out on his feet at the end of his innings. He may well just have dropped Rahmanullah Gurbaz.
Yeah, that's a big win. Rahmanullah Gurbaz trying to play towards the leg side, gets the leading edge, falling almost into his hands. I think it could have been a catch. Would have been a difficult one, but it was a chance shelled, I believe. Rashad standing in for Mahmudullah. A good fielder he is. This time around, you cannot afford giving Rahmanullah Gurbaz a life.
Hooked away, man out there, over his head. How often do you see it? A drop chance followed by a boundary. It's gone all the way for 6. 12 bowled, 56 for 1. Couple of massive moments in the match in the 12th over. Feel as though it just carried to Rashad Hussain, who's on as a subfielder, the leg spinner. That backward point in the very next ball. Gurbaz rides the bounce and hammers it away for 6. You see it so often, don't you? Instead of the second wicket, the runs continue to come. Gurbaz hits his 3rd maximum.
Yeah, I mean, look at the difference it brings. A wicket out, and then the next batter coming in will just place it for a single. But if you give a batter like Gurbaz chance, he will smash it for a 6. Faced this one, bowling it short, and Gurbaz placing it nicely. There was a protection, but it went right above his head. Yeah, it was an insult to injury, wasn't it?
Slight shuffle in the field. We've seen Mahmudullah now come back on, and he goes into slip. And the previous over is Gurbaz thinks of the second but won't take it on. The bowler does the fielding himself. This was the one where he took a long time. Now look at Gurbaz. He says, no, guys, I didn't hit it. This is while the counter was on. True, he was true to his word. Then after the counter goes there, he says, I did hit it. Oh, great joker, Rahmanullah Gurbaz. Did he do that the wrong way round? Could he have convinced them to burn a review?
Because he was not sure, I guess. Sometimes there's a feather of an edge. You don't want to just commit a suicide, ask him to take a review, and all of a sudden they take a review. And you see that feather of an edge and say, why did I convince them?
I did really enjoy that moment with Adam Zampa and Mohamed Rizwan. He may be one of the most characteristic guys going around world cricket.
I really did. He asked Zampa, and Zampa's like, you just keep asking for every delivery. And then he still asks him, and he said, did you nick it? And he said, all right.
I'll correct myself, charismatic, not characteristic. Charismatic, one of the most charismatic guys going around. Gurbaz isn't far off him. Something about those keeper batters, isn't there? 13 bowled, 60 for 1. Where else would you want to be in the world on a Monday night than here at the ground that's held more international cricket than anywhere else? 2 is the immediate shout from Gurbaz. He'll get it easy. Been a lovely time period, hasn't it, for the international game? We actually see 5 concurrent series on right now. Pakistan taking an amazing series win down in Perth. New Zealand somehow getting over the line against Sri Lanka. He was in Dambulla last night. Here's the previous over. We feel this carried, Ahmed. What do you reckon?
I think it was a tough chance, but it was a chance. It's also you time your movement, you come forward a little bit, then all of a sudden you might just get into a better position to hold on to that. Initial movement is very important as a fielder.
Problem is, because it's a leading edge, he won't have been naturally inclined to come forward immediately. Very tricky one to take at backward points. But yeah, New Zealand getting over the line, defending just 108 at Dambulla. South Africa and India played out a cracking game down in Gakirba, winning by 3 wickets. England won the series. That squares the series, India, South Africa. And then see Mahmudullah back on here. England taking an unassailable 2-0 series lead in the Caribbean, and then here on a Monday night, the series on the line. That's all just within 24 hours. 2 days of each other. And across in Muscat, League 2, Oman beating the Netherlands by 1 run in another ODI. So a really, really big 48 hours for the international game. I don't know how much you love it, Ahmed, but I absolutely love a couple of days like this. Nothing better.
Talk about Sri Lanka and New Zealand, 108, and New Zealand were able to defend that. Pathum Nisanga was batting there on his 50, and he got out in the last over to Glenn Phillips. Can you believe that?
A hat-trick for Lockie Ferguson as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, coming into his second over, having taken a wicket in the last ball of the over, and then completing it with another 2 and making a hat-trick.
You wouldn't want to be working the last 2 days, just... You could have got up at the crack of dawn wherever you were in the world, and you probably could have watched about 36 hours of consecutive cricket back to back. Being honest, that's me to a T.
That's right. And you talk about Oman and Netherlands, there's good rivalry developing between these two, winning close games. Oman, I think, beating them in a couple of occasions. And how good was Haris Rauf? Back in Australia, 10 wickets to him.
Superstar, wasn't he? And you saw what it meant to Pakistan. There's a great tweet there posted up about the last time Pakistan won in Australia. I don't think it was even within memory. Over 20 years, and all it's been and changed since then. I'm just loving that ODI cricket has got a real platform and a centre of attention here. A few months out from the Champions Trophy, all building towards that 2027 World Cup down in South Africa, Zimbabwe and Namibia. I think that'll be a really good World Cup. It returns to 14 teams, remember, too.
World Cup is always a great event to watch.
Going to be a chance and taken. Mustafizer bounces him out. Ramachar never quite looked comfortable. Hurried for pace. Didn't like the angle. And Dolly's a catch-up for the bowler himself to hold on to her. They love it. Afghanistan have lost 2.
Yeah, Bangladesh fans are enjoying this. This one hurried on. Ramachar tried to pull this. Gets the leading edge. Fizz taking it nicely into his follow-through. Sends back Rahmat Shah after making struggling 8. Afghanistan are 63 for 2.
মিরুইকের সামনে
In so many ways now, Ahmed, is going to be critical. This is why Hashmatullah Sheedy's here. Rush for pace.
Yeah, Rahmat Shah didn't get it off the meat of the bat. Got a leading edge. Good catch taken by Mustafiz Rahman, keeping the eye on the ball. Frustration from the dugout. Jonathan Trott, Hamidas and everyone just don't like it. But now I think the key is with Rahmanullah Gurbaz. It's important that he doesn't allow for the pressure to be built. Also, it's important they put together a good solid partnership.
Love to see this from the captain. He may be captaining the senior side for the first time, but he led the under-19 team to 2 different World Cups. And doing a really nice job at trying to strike whilst the iron is hot. He's got the 2nd wicket, so he's looking now for the 3rd. He's put himself. Well, Hashmatullah Shahidi